Hey guys, alright, this is gonna be a rough video. I apologize for that. But I wanted to briefly, if I can do it briefly, show you quick fix on the Ariens Deluxe 28 snowblower. Tis the season of snow blowing, since we finally got a snow here in Maryland. Wouldn't start, tried a number of things. There's some gunk in the carburetor. I'm just gonna give it to you quick here. So my first struggle was this right here. I couldn't get this plate off without because it had these pieces here. Let me put them here so you can see what I'm talking about here. I was afraid to put too much pressure on them because they're plastic. However, this red piece, this red piece does just pop off if you get a flat head underneath of it. You can see it's quite firm there. Maybe you couldn't because my camera wasn't pointing at it. Let's see if I can set it somewhere. Yeah, I'm gonna hold it. But I did just use a flat head screwdriver, come up under here, pry, and voila. So again, yeah, just don't be too hard on it because it is plastic, but that did finally let me access this whole thing, which gave me better access to the carburetor. You can get this further out of the way by taking off this nut. I'm actually in the putting back together stages right now, so I don't have a lot of time, so I'm not going to do it. But take this off, and this wire will let this drop down here, hang out of the way. You'll have to remove, this little gas line here, that little clip. Just pinch it, it comes right off. You don't have to disconnect this. It will hang low enough where it's out of the way, or at least it did for me. And you got these two nuts. Which two nuts? You can't see. These two nuts right here that you can remove to get off this plate, as well as this black plate. And once this black plate is off, there is a red video, sorry. There's a red thingy, I forget what it's called, up in, here's my finger, here behind there, that has a couple gaskets on it. It's very small, maybe 3/4 of an inch long when you take it out, but you just pry it out with a flathead. And there's a teeny little hole in the bottom of that you just gotta, I worked a baggy tie through because I didn't have a sewing needle or a small pin, but just twisting it back and forth until there was a small hole. Then I put some fluid in it, to brake fluid or carb fluid, to get it cleaned out the rest of the way. So that little red thing was one of the two pieces I needed to clean. The other piece I needed to clean is, you can access, from up here in the carburetor. You don't need to take off this screw. You just need to take off this screw, and that lets you drop off this whole cup here. And once you have this screw out, directly, not this front one, there's one behind it. Once you have this screw out and the cup drops off, there is a slotted head emulsifier, I believe it is. Maybe that's not the right word. Right up above that. So if you put a slotted head screwdriver that is thin up into the hole that this bolt will leave, and just gently turn it till you feel it drop into place, you just spin that till it just is spinning in place, and then you're gonna reach in to the carb through that hole, this gateway here, and you can actually see, if you look super carefully with my fancy camera work, in there, you see a little golden nugget sticking straight up. Stay with me, camera. That right there at the tip of my fingernail. That, you're gonna need to push it down. That's the top of the emulsifier, I believe it's called, and it'll drop down out the bottom here. That has maybe a dozen little holes in it. Make sure they're all clean, but especially make sure the hole that goes all the way through The long ways is clean. Just another baggy tie, wiggling it around in there till everything comes through, some carb cleaner, and then just pop the 2 pieces back up in. Make sure you have it facing the right way. Definitely keep a close eye on things as you remove them to make sure you're putting it back the same way. I couldn't find a lot of help on the internet. I know this isn't the most helpful video, but I hope this is somewhat helpful for somebody who is stuck like I was. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments. I'd be happy to try to help. I'm not a pro. I'm just picking up a few little things as I realize I need the skills, and fortunately things have worked out so far. So best of luck to you. Let me know if I can help in any way. You're welcome to follow along with me, subscribe if you think that you know, I might, if this was handy, and maybe something else I'll post in the future will be handy. Have a good day, a good Christmas, and may there be a little more snow so we get a little more use out of our snowblowers. See ya.